What is going on, you guys? My name is Rage, and we are back today with Marvel Strike Force's newest character now joining the events here. As you guys can see, Doctor Strange, Heartless. And as you can see, he's going to be part of the new Darkhold team, and what he's going to bring to the table is going to be high resistance. Really, his main specialty is going to be applying his barrier to protect his allies, as well as being able to have a hard-hitting demonic form as part of his ultimate ability. And you can see here, his ability actually is going to scale with the number of positive and negative effects on himself and the intended target. So that being said, he's really going to be their main protector, but additionally providing support for critical hit chance and damage. So with every one of these kind of new characters coming into the fold, we got to take advantage of these Redstar Orbs. As you can see, the drop rate of 15% being increased for a limited time. And what's also nice is that we can also get some insight here as well in how we're going to be able to actually unlock him in the game. You can see there's going to be a Forbidden Knowledge event campaign, so very similar to how Dr. Voodoo is right now. Event's going to run, and we're going to be able to capitalize on that. And generally really good events to be able to take advantage of for free-to-play players, especially if you have power cores built up and you're hoping to use that. So just a little bit of insight there. Before we get started, you guys, I always do like to highlight to your attention as well, even before we start putting in the orbs, and just making sure that the promo is actually effective, right? Hitting the little eye here and going down, making sure that when you hit the additional eye for details, I like to go to the 2 Redstar promotions. And again, scrolling to the bottom, we can now see that this new Doctor Strange is in fact in promotion, and you can see the 15% is in play. That being said, let's dive right in here. Now, generally for these events, I do like to budget and aim for a specific Redstar ranking. It is a very powerful character overall. So for now, let's see if we can get ideally a 3 or 4 red. So we're not going to get too greedy here, though. We like to take our chances, but at the end of the day, it's always good to set that budget in mind because it keeps you on track. And as well, at the end of the day, there's a lot of characters coming out, so you never want to just put all your eggs in one basket. So luck, unfortunately, hasn't been on our side here, but that's 3 right there. Let's go ahead and keep this going. And again, I'm gonna see if I can get at least a 3 red. So unfortunately, luck's just not falling on our side here, you guys. So we'll open up a few more here, but even just getting him a few times here, unfortunately not really falling with our favor. We may have to potentially look at some Elite 4 today. Oh, and it looks like my game's actually frozen there for a bit right now. So let me back out of there. Let me try that again. Interesting. There we go. That was weird. My game was just freezing up a little bit. Oh, so it actually ended up just catching up now. I got a duplicate red 5 there, so that gets funneled into my higher stars. And there you guys have it, Elite 3. But you know what? That seems to be good right for the time being. I did open more than 10 already, so that is on track. I like where I'm going with this. Potentially take some more chances throughout the week, but again, you guys, it's always best to keep a budget in mind so that way you're not spending too much, especially when you know there's a lot of characters coming into the fold here. That said, now let's also take a look at this new Doctor Strange's kit overall, as well as some preliminary T4 recommendations while we can. So Supreme Blast is his basic attack here. As you can see, he's going to attack for the primary target and adjacent for piercing damage, and he's also going to actually flip positive effects to negative. So as you level this ability up, you can see here with the level 5, we can actually flip 2 positive effects on the primary. Level 6 will actually allow you to do that to primary and secondary. And then lastly, the T4 is actually going to add additional piercing damage. So right now, high level, depending on if you guys are intending to use this team heavily, I would recommend just pushing up to level 6. The extra piercing damage may not be needed just because it is a basic attack, and generally those ones are the ones most players like to save on. IKONNIC Blast is a special ability, so as you can see, he's going to copy and clear a positive effect from his primary target. This does exclude taunt, however, and additionally, he's going to attack for damage, applying a slow, and on top of that, reduce their speed bar as well. So anytime you have an attack that reduces speed bar, it's always worthy noting because it adds a lot of value for support, and it doesn't matter how powerful the character is, reducing speed bar ensures that they get their turn slower than you do. Leveling this ability up, you can see the number of positive effects actually does increase on the primary target. So it goes up to 2 here on level 3. The slow lasts for 2 turns. As well, if we go up to level 6, you actually are able to clear all positive effects on the primary target. So this is going to be really good bang for buck. But the worth one noting here is the T4 by increasing that additional speed bar reduction by 15%, as well as the increase in damage. So IKONNIC Blast right now is looking like a T4 must, just because of that speed bar reduction. That's going to add a lot of support here, especially knowing he's going to be providing support for the rest of the team as well. Demonic Embrace here, as you can see, he's going to gain 3 charges, and as well as attack all enemies for 80% damage, and as well as additional damage per positive and negative effect on himself and the primary target. So really, in essence, the more positive buffs you have, as well as negative conditions on the enemy, this is going to be a very devastating attack. As this ability is leveled up, you can see the damage to all enemies does increase as well. And on top of that, the proportional effect of the additional damage per positive and negative. So nothing really crazy to note here. The damage really just increases overall. So I mean, even level 6 is good bang for buck. The level 7 T4 is really if you want that extra juice in your damage. So Iconic Blast, in my opinion, is still worth noting. This is really icing on the cake for damage if he's going to be a main damage dealer. But keep in mind, he's intended for some supportive role, as well as being able to provide a little bit of output of damage when possible. Last but not least, Heartless is his passive here, and on turn, if he's charged, if you recall, his ultimate gives him the 3 charges. He's not going to be able to actually lose one. At the end of any Darkhold ally turn, he's going to be able to actually apply a barrier for 5% of his max health, and if charged, he's actually going to barrier himself and all allies. So I mean, the key here is noting that if he does have the charges, his barrier is going to become much stronger. As you level this ability up, he also grants crit chance and critical hit damage for himself and the rest of his team. As well, if he's actually charged, he also does heal for 20% health. So he's going to be able to provide a passive heal, which is really nice. On enemy death as well, your team is actually going to be able to gain offense up. And if he already has offense up, he's also going to gain speed up. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like it applies to the rest of the team, only Doctor Strange himself. And with the T4 hair passive, he does actually gain additional crit chance and damage for all of his allies, including himself, as well as a nice boost to the barrier. So this ability, for sure, I would recommend in T4, and just because it provides a lot of value, passive, and as well as the healing. You really do want to have this ability maximized in conjunction with Iconic Blast as a special. So there you guys have it. A quick overview of Doctor Strange, the Heartless version of him now being in the game. Good luck with your guys' Redstar Orbs. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one.